going to make a reverse sear ribeye. First, liberally season with salt and pepper. Now, once we're done that, we're gonna set this aside for about 30 minutes, preheat our oven to 250. So we're gonna let this come up to room temp. I'm gonna leave that for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna cut off the ends and peel them. Now we're going to move over to the sink and peel these potatoes. All right, peeling the potatoes. You just want to go long strokes and get it all off. Now that our potatoes have been peeled, we are going to cut these in half just to make them a little more manageable. Now we got a bowl of cold water. We're just gonna let them sit in the cold water for about 20 minutes or so, just to help kind of get all the extra starch off. All right, we are over at the stovetop. It's been about 30 minutes. We're about to take our ribeye into our oven 250 for about an hour or so. So let's go ahead. Drop that all up in there. And let that go. I have drained the potatoes, drained them out, rinsed them again with cold water, just to wash off that starch, and pat dry them with a paper towel, season with salt and pepper. Just want to kind of draw out all that extra water and starch that we had on there. I'm going to put the potatoes back in here and season them with some salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil to help it stick, a little salt and pepper. Just gonna give them a toss in the bowl. I'd say about a tablespoon to 2 of olive oil. And again here for salt and pepper, season to taste. Give those a nice little toss. And now we're ready to start frying. Now we are going to prep our garlic and our butter for our seasoning for the potatoes. Easiest way people have trouble peeling garlic, use the blunt back ends of the knife. Use palm of your hand, just give it a little press, and then just like that, you got your fresh garlic. We're just gonna trim off the ends. We are now going to mince it. Same thing, same principle. Claw your fingers. And to mince, I'm just going to cut very finely. Now that I've kind of got it into more manageable pieces, simply use my hand flat on the blade, and I'm just going to go across and chop real fine. Again, bring everything back together to the area you're working with. About 4 tablespoons of cold butter, and just cut them up into 8 pieces. I'm gonna take about 2 tablespoons of vegetable or canola oil, say about medium-high heat. All right, now I'm Now we got our oil kind of rippling. Once it's real liquidy like that, it means it's ready to start frying. We're gonna add our potatoes, cut side down. I'm just gonna add this back on top just for a little extra flavor. Alright, so it's been about 6 or 7 minutes. I'm gonna pull this sheet off. Give it a flip. Now I'm going to just start to add my butter. Add my garlic in. And over top. I'm going to start basting. Just scooping up the butter. And just kind of frying it all over top, helping accentuate those flavors. I'm going to add a little bit of thyme. Probably about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. So they've been cooking down for about a minute or 2, 3 minutes, something like that. I'm gonna add 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. Throw them into the oven for about about 30-35 minutes. We're going to prep our shallots for our red wine sauce. And we're going to and then the same way we did with the garlic. Alright, so we got a tablespoon of butter in our pot. About to add the shallots. Alright, I've added our shallots to our butter. Give them a light toss. We're gonna let these cook down for about 2 minutes or so. Alright, it's been about 2 minutes and our shallots are looking good. We're gonna add about a cup of chicken broth. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon or 2 balsamic vinegar. And we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of red wine. I prefer dry wine like Pinot Noir. It's usually the best for this kind of sauce. Now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of whole grain mustard. Now we're gonna stir this, increase our heat to high, stir it, let it boil for about 9 minutes. And we'll see where we're at. All right, it's been about an hour. So I'm gonna pull this steak out. Our steak is all brown and ugly and doesn't really look that great. But I promise you it is gonna be good and it is cooked perfectly in the middle right now. Right here, I've got about 2 tablespoons of canola oil, or excuse me, vegetable oil heating up. Into our pan for about a minute, 2 minutes on that side, just to get that nice hard seed. Right. Our sauce is starting to tighten up. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of this butter. to really help thicken this sauce up. I'm just gonna let that melt. It's time to flip this steak. On a flipper and let it go. Quick. Let it go for about another minute to get that nice hard crust. Alright, I have reduced my heat to medium. I'm going to now add about 3 tablespoons of butter in here. Add my garlic and some rosemary. I'm going to start basting. And so camera sees, basting, getting that butter, all that garlic, all that nice juices stuff over top. You're going to baste for about a minute or so. Really get that garlic and rosemary infused flavors all over the steak. All right, we've taken our steak off the heat. Now, best thing to do here, you gotta let it rest. We're gonna set it down. I'm gonna take a bit of fried rosemary, our fried garlic, let those sit on top. So I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter right on top of that, just to really add that nice richness. And I'm gonna cover this in aluminum foil. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. Let's open this bad boy up. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna take off the butter, or the garlic and the rosemary. And you always want to cut against the grain, so that way this will be way better for presentation. Oh, there's a piece of rosemary underneath. So now I'm going to start plating. I'm gonna go my sauce. Going to add our fried garlic and rosemary. Alrighty, and there we have it. We have our reverse seared ribeye, our fondant potatoes, our red wine sauce, a nice glass of red wine to finish it up. Hope you guys enjoy.